Well, good evening and welcome. Welcome back to Rangers Radio. St Johnstone 1, Rangers 4. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel. Ibrox, All and Bridgeman. Evening, gentlemen.
Evening all.
Oh, what can we say, boys? What can we say? Well done, the Rangers. Another 4 goals, and I'm absolutely delighted. Absolutely. By the way, a dreadful pitch. Very slippy in places. But well done, Rangers. Well done.
Funny game, Ibrox, wasn't it? I seen made 5 or 6 efforts at goal and scored 4 goals. We looked comfortable at times, and then other times we looked laboured. But I think actually, football-wise and pace-wise, we maybe played better on Saturday. But as Bridge pointed out, the conditions, the pitch, freezing, cold, everything's against you. But same for both teams. Good victory.
Oh, absolutely fantastic victory, well deserved. The players again, as I say, if we started at a quick pace, get an early goal, we're going to get, well, I thought 3, you says 4, mate, so I think you're the only one that got that one right, so absolutely fantastic result, mate. Good to see Windass and Morales back on the score sheet as well, mate.
Aye, I thought Morales had a right good game, but for me, the best football player in show was Sean Goss, mate. I've got to be honest with you, that was my opinion, but people might see it different.
By a long way.
It doesn't always mean you're the best player in the particular match, but the best football player, but if that makes sense.
Man, anybody can put their foot on the ball in conditions like that. Excellent. Just excellent. A real presence about the pitch, Good stuff.
All right, if people want to join us, what's the number? Ibrox Loyal?
It's 0141 356 1972.
And you can join us at rangersradio.online, where Old School Blue and his glamorous assistant will bring you into the show. And what can they talk about, Bridgeman?
They can talk about anything Rangers. In fact, you can talk about anything you want, but in reality, we want to talk about Rangers.
As long as it's no mathematical equations, mate.
Oh, well, we could talk about tutoring for maths teachers and things like that,
I think we're going to have to send you on a course, Ibrox.
I think so, mate.
Mathematics for dummies.
Yes. Well, we'll be top of that class, Bridge.
That's it, we had the wide sit in the corner, we're done, sat one in the game.
No be the first time. So how did you see the game, man, Bridgeman?
It turned out to be quite a scrappy affair, particularly later in the second half. But Rangers played very well. Obvious weak points. The pitch, the state of the pitch is a leveller. But that team, really and truly, for moments in the first half there, we were in a totally different level of quality player to them. We were so far above them, it's just no real. We tended to, nearer the end of the first half, we tended to put a dampener on we're playing, things like that. You're letting them back into the game, and your concentration dips a wee bit and things like that, and you find your defence is struggling, and we can't get the cross balls away the way we were getting them. All these silly things that happened to us. And eventually they scored for a corner, didn't they? Which is, they've proven that's our weak area, because our concentration doesn't go. But over and above that, wonderful goals to watch, great play, marvellous passing. Just loved it. I just loved it.
I mean, obviously the first goal, penalty kick, yeah.
Stonewaller. Goalkeeper should have a red card. That should have been a red card.
I don't know if the rules have changed this season, Bridge, to that triple jeopardy now. Yeah, you don't.
A red card all day long.
I'll wait till you're brought in.
Going to just going to explain that to me, Oxtear, what you're meaning by that. The guy, you're running through,
they've changed
goalkeeper pulls you down.
It's not an automatic red card anymore.
Okay, so what makes it a red card then?
I don't know, Bridge.
No, maybe Ibrox Law could find out. It's fascinating to hear that.
You don't get, it's no, if it's a foul and it's, you have the penalty and you get booked, it's no an automatic red card anymore. Mount Vernon or somebody might dig it out by the morning night, somebody knows the rules better.
I can understand if the two of them were going for the same ball, I can understand that, but the ball was past the keeper. The keeper just barged straight into him.
He brought him down, but where did they go to? It's another thing, but it was a penalty. Scored, good goal by Windass. And then second goal, I think it was Goss.
Goal, by the way.
Was it Goss? Goss that played the ball to Windass?
Goss, free kick, yeah. Was that?
No, Goss to Windass for the second goal.
No, I think it was wee Crop. What do you call it? Greg? What's his name? Doherty. I think it was him. That was involved in it.
All right, and then the third goal, obviously a great bit of play. The Goss after Murphy being brought down on one of his mazy runs, and then the fourth goal, cheeky one with Morales, and as you rightly say.
Oh, what a header that was! Oh my goodness gracious, what a header!
Anyway, we'll be joined by Rudy Bear and Alan 63. Evening, Rudy. How we doing, mate?
Yeah, everything's good. Another 3 points and another 4 goals. Windass and Morelos back in the score sheet again. Cracking goal for the boy Goss. I agree with you, Ox. Man of the match for me too. Boy Goss sprays that ball about brilliantly, doesn't he? A tricky night, tricky pitch, The conditions no great. I thought it was a good 3 points. I'll take that every day of the week.
When we went 4-0 up, I got a wee bit annoyed with it, and I'll be honest with you. I thought, how did this mob beat his eyebrows?
Aye. Well, it was a different team then, wasn't it? Compared to this team. This team bags of confidence, and they're playing really well. They're showing attacking intent, Wee bit worried about Jamie Murphy getting half injured. Another Rangers player injured by a hammer thrower and naked, funnily enough, again. But anyway, I'm a wee bit worried about Jamie Murphy again. I hope it's nothing serious. Hopefully he's just come off because he was in a wee bit of pain, and it's nothing to worry about. But it's a different team now. They're playing football, I mean, even on that tricky pitch, I think it was Bridget just said they're slappy pitch, They cleared the pitch by the looks of things with a bit of snow that had been on it for the day or earlier on, whatever the case might be. And they tried to play football under the conditions. They tried to play football as best they could, So it's a different team now, Ox. You can see that. That's 5 wins now. Nobody's done 5 wins for a while.
No, 5 wins,
Yeah, and a barrel load of goals and good performances as well to boot,
Let's not look at the goal we lost too much. I think, as Bridge rightly pointed out, we're switched off for 4-0 up. Disappointed, but it's not the end of the world. You move on,
Aye, I like Big Wes just kind of came out and flapped at it a bit at once.
I think he was called, mate. I think he was called.
Aye, I mean, it's one of the nights, isn't it? I mean, St Johnstone have gone to the Glitter Dome twice now, and they failed to beat them, and they've beat us at Ibrox, as you've just mentioned there. So to go up there on a tricky night like this, a cold night, slippy pitch and all that, and come away with a 4-1 win, it'd be a bit churlish to sort of have a go at them, wouldn't it, really, So, I mean, fully on for the weekend. Football wasn't as slick as it was, or as good as it was at the weekend, but that's all right. They came away with a 4-1 win, and I'll take that every day of the week. That suits me.
Funny game, Ibrox. Funny game, Ibrox, sir. I mean, our pace and our movement and our passing was better than Saturday. 2-0 fits and starts tonight. Some good stuff in there. Some great performances. B1 4-1. Funny old game,
That's what it is, isn't it? That's the thing. Football's a funny old game, and it can be at times. But I think for me, Goss again, mate. He's something very, very special, mate. I still don't think he's going to cost what a lot of people think he's going to cost. I don't see it being the 6 or 7 million, you know that? And I'm just hoping that our gaffer and our director of football are tuned in with QPR and get some talking on the go and see what we can do come the end of the season, mate. Because
he's got 2 years his contract. I read today he's got 2 years his contract left at QPR, yeah?
Yeah.
He's not played a lot of games for him. I don't know where this people you buy potential. I think it'll be the boys' decision. There you go.
Vote for it, yeah.
The boy of a big saying.
Great game, exciting game at times, and as you say, after we went 4-0 up, we kind of switched off, and a lot of substitutions get made a lot earlier than have been getting made, and I think that's what people have been asking for. But it just shows you it can kill the momentum in a game as well. So,
yeah, I mean,
can I come in on that one, Ox? Just you mentioned about, Goss's choice. I agree with you. I'm wondering what his choice would be. Maybe right now he would say, "Well, I'd love to go to the Rangers," or maybe be Swithern. I wonder what he'll feel like after the Celtic game, if you follow what I mean. And it obviously could hinge on a sort of win.
If he's man of the match, we'll not let him go anywhere.
Of course, I'm meaning, but just inside himself, he'll maybe understand what it's what it means to play in an Old Firm game and come out as a victor, oh my goodness, that just may change his mind completely and say, I definitely want to stay here. Let's do a deal or worse to that effect. Sorry, Oxy, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, not a problem, mate. You carry on. The second half, once we went 4-0 up, they scored the goal in the next 20 minutes for a non-event. Really, the referee in the old days would have blown the whistle, picked up the ball and said, look, this is enough of this.
I was kind of, it surprised me a wee bit, they played fairly openly, St Johnstone. I wasn't really expecting that, they were quite open, I know they tried to get men behind the ball when Rangers were attacking, but they played fairly openly, I think we are in a position now, though, when teams do try to defend against us, we do have the wherewithal now to open them up, as it proved tonight, But okay, 4-0 up, you're thinking the game's over, I just sat back for the rest of the game, a cup of coffee, and just sat and watched it, kind of had a wee chat to the missus every now and again about one or two things she was asking me about, and then that was it, as you say, 4-0, game's over, if they can do that every away game, I'd like to see them doing it at Ibrox as well, go 4-0 up. There's no many teams will come back for that, will there, so it was a bit of a non-event, as you say, when the fourth goal went in. I thought it got really kind of a wee bit disjointed in the second half. It was a bit scrappy. I thought Docherty had a really good first half. Near sort of maybe the last 20 minutes or so, one or two wee misplaced passes here and there. But that boy's got to be a mainstay. I know Goss said it was man of the match, but the boy Docherty's got to be a mainstay in that midfield from now on. I think I don't see much chance of him coming out of that team now.
He's some player, isn't he?
Aye, he's player. As I said before the match, Ibrox Law came with a point about Jason Holt. Jason Holt, he'll go one or two ways for him. He'll raise his game and get in the team and merit when he gets his chance, because he will get his chance if we injury, suspension or loss of form. But the boy's he's a bit more pace about him, he's a bit more physicality, passes the ball a bit quicker, and he seems to make more goals happen, because I think there was one of the goals came from Greg Docherty pass. I can't remember what one it was. I think it was a Botty Murphy maybe for the run where he was brought down. But
he's got a bit of physicality as well, that Jason Holt unfortunately doesn't have. I think I heard Blue Shadow saying the other night Jason Holt must be about 8.5 stone soaking wet, and that's probably true, Greg Docherty's bigger, and he's got the physicality, which we're going to need that in the run into the end of the season, because some of the games are going to get pretty tough. Still got six twice, So, as I said, I can see why they spent Mark Allen $600,000 for that boy, because he is going to be something else for us, I think. Yeah, I'm just really liking what I'm seeing from him already,
Aye, I'm enjoying his performance, but I'm enjoying Gosling. I enjoyed Morales tonight. Against an old-fashioned sort of Scottish stopper, he just stood his ground, his physicality, his movement. He got a cheeky goal.
The goal was a peach, wasn't it? What a well-taken goal. That was really cheeky.
Opportunity score.
Well, that's what he's there for,
I've also got to pick up this. I know Bridgewood had never done anything like this, but it was actually Johnstone boy thinking at the end of the first half. He should have walked for that.
Aye.
100%. There could have been 2 or 3 sendings off. I was saying just a wee bit earlier there, just at the near the end, maybe 10 minutes to go, Morelos broke through and away he went, and he ran past the guy, and the guy actually tried to click him, and I thought, the referee's standing right there. Why is he not stopping the game and getting a hold of him and book him or whatever? I just can't believe what they do. And I bet you like that, their manager comes out and turns around and says, Rangers got all the decisions or something like that. I'll put money on that, he'll do something like that.
The disallowed goal as well. The boy had was grabbing Bates by the arm and trying to pull him back and was wrestling with him, and yet the goal got disallowed.
Did you see that?
Morales put it in, but I think Morales still might have been offside. I've only seen it the once.
Aye, it was offside. There was no doubt.
Morales was offside, because the goalie had moved out.
Aye,
but it was never a foul. In fact, it was a penalty kick, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. And the Bates incident as well, where the boy puts his 2 hands, no one hand, 2 hands on Bates's back and shoves him off the ball. and McLean's looking right at it and does absolutely nothing about it.
The referees are disgraceful against the Rangers. You know that boy that kept getting injured, the St Johnstone player. He used to play with the Rangers.
No, never.
No. Murray Davidson. No.
Murray Davidson. He was with the Rangers, youngsters or something.
I don't
in Rangers. However, he had about six. Please believe me, he had about six. He had about 6 fouls and was hardly spoken to. And as soon as somebody done a foul on him, I think it was Andy Halliday or somebody, and he got booked.
No,
straight away.
Did you see the one? In the first half when the boy Murray Davidson looks like a bit of a horse? And he must have thought that Josh Windass's head was one of the sugar cubes.
He ended up with a long face at the end of the game.
I like it, pal. I like it.
But it was on the whole, it was a pretty professional performance, really, wasn't it? Dodgy pitch and all that. I thought it was great, really. By the end, I was kind of sitting there quite happy. It was comfortable. There wasn't a problem that they'd scored, because there's no way they were going to score in half 4 after that to win the game.
To move on, it's down to 6 points. You never know. We're looking for Dundee to either turn tomorrow night, lead the points, even take a draw again.
Wouldn't it? That'd be wonderful.
Even a draw wouldn't be the end of the world, would it?
Want about 6 inches of snow at Parkhead tomorrow. Let them fight to get it off, and it'll so be a tip, soak the place. Let's see. That's a great leveller.
Just need a bit of luck. Even Dundee fighting draw tomorrow night as we move on.
Absolutely, pal.
Ibrox loyal,
No, definitely. Don't get me wrong. It'll be a tough game, especially again if it's the snow and weather is coming to the city overnight. So if it's called that, mate, it's called that. It gives us the chance to go into the cup game and then play them, and we could get that down to 3 points, mate. Their bottle will crash, so no doubt.
Anyway, we've been joined by 2 stalwarts of Rangers Radio, one young and one not so. Big Ulster and the Fox. How we doing, gentlemen?
Evening, guys.
Evening, Fox.
How we doing, Fox?
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Ulster.
Hello, guys. How are you?
All right, Ulster.
We'll take Fox first, and then we'll come to Big Ulster. Thoughts, Fox?
I think we've seen tonight, mate, in the first half only, mate, I'll look at the positives. We've seen why Alfred Morelos is getting rated the way he is. His all-round forward play, his complete strength in the laying off a ball. I don't think he gave the ball away once in the first half, mate. Continually harassed our defence and eventually go to his reward with the headed goal, mate. I thought Goss, I think I said to you after the first time we seen them, Ox, there's a football player, and he's proven it to be right, mate. Absolutely controlled the midfield alongside Docherty. And this is only in the first half. We're 3-0 up, mate. And I'm saying to myself, this is a cricket score. And I think a lot of Rangers supporters would agree with that. The second half, I'd put down to Jimmy Bell, mate. Apparently forgot the copper soups and the wintergreen for half time, mate, and the players went out ball. And I was disappointed in the second half, mate. We're an outside squeak here to the title, and goals are going to count, and we should have went on and won that by 8, mate. If we'd have really pushed ourselves, we could have got 8 and cut their goal difference dramatically.
Absolutely, but...
And the players will need to get that into their head. It's a title fight, and as the manager says, if they do slip up, we've got to be there to take the chance. That's worth a point, the goal difference. And I was a wee bit upset with that. But overall, in a really cold night, a good result for us, mate.
Best player for you, Morelos. Best football player, Goss.
Morelos, for a team player tonight, was tremendous. 10 out of 10. Goss for his sublime passing and all-round control, mate. I would put him just slightly behind him.
All right, okay. How we doing, Big Ulster? Give us your thoughts, mate.
Oh, doing very well. Isn't it great when you've got likes of Foxy coming on and their only disappointment is we didn't win it? I think that tells you everything you know. And I think Terry Butcher's comment was a cracker. I thought the only thing it'll save St Johnstone now is a blizzard, and he was right. I thought we were absolutely fantastic at times, especially at first half. We blew them away, boys. Blew them away. What a great performance by all the players. I have to give everybody credit. I thought everybody played well. There was a bit of times defence, we could say, but that's getting the nitty-gritty. I think likes of Goss and Doherty again were fantastic. Candace, unbelievable with Murphy. There's just everything's clicking with us. Morales was fantastic. Windass got another goal. Things are just looking up for us. I think it's just absolutely fantastic. The only thing I will say is it just shows how pivotal Candace and Murphy are. Just think when we've done a few changes, I know Murphy was forced, but when we took them boys off, I think was slacked a wee tiny bit, same as with Windass. But it shows how pivotal the two wide players are to how we play. Because I think that's the only sort of thing the game sort of potted out a wee bit. But fantastic guys, I think. If we keep going like that, we'll be a force to be reckoned with.
Let's hope Jamie Murphy's all right, mate. I don't, but we should have enough to see off Falkirk at the weekend. But Jamie Murphy's just so an effective player.
I was sort of half lip reading him. It looked as if he'd said something about a broken toe. He thought he'd. I know. I've seen that, mate. I hope that isn't that, mate.
Can I just say something on that, Oxchair? That's the third player that's went down with a bad injury, and the referee's been right on the job, saw what was happening. That was a shocking tackle on that boy. Shocking tackle. And it really is disgraceful that it's going on and on. Ryan Jack got done the same way, and then the boy Dorans got done the same way as well. The referees are there, hardly speak to the players, the offenders, I mean. Just disgraceful.
He caught him late on the toe, mate. It looked a yellow card to me, I must admit.
Absolutely.
And he was looking straight at it.
Shocking.
He spoke to him, actually. He spoke to him. But I hope Jamie Murphy's all right, mate, because
there you go.
I just think he's a big player for us, Rudy. He's so effective, but so simple as well.
He's so direct at times, but then other times, he's got the trickery under his feet as well. And he's, in the last sort of 2, 3, 4 games, he's really came into his own. He started off kind of quietly, just quietly went about his business. But he's been, as Big Ulster was saying there, he's been pivotal in how we play, getting up there, getting the ball into the box. And he can score a goal as well, as we've seen the last couple of games too, I'd be absolutely gutted if that was a broken toe and kept him out for 3 or 4 weeks, especially, against the Tims. Like, as you say, it should be all right against Falkirk. I'm more thinking against the Tims, I'd be gutted if that was a sort of longer term type thing, a few weeks, Especially seeing as how we're just getting into a stride now, we're banging in goals, we're playing well, some good football, good players playing good football, and I'd be gutting actually, so I hope he's all right. I thought he said that, Ulster said he thought he said something about a broken toe. I thought he said that broken toe as well, Ulster, I was trying to, I was close up to the telly watching, just I mean, oh no, it's a broken toe, so,
I know, that's what I said, but I enjoyed the night so much, because it's the same group of boys, it's 6 or 7 of us, and we're always there, and it was just, we were laughing, we were joking, it was a great night with the boys, so it was just, all of us enjoyed the game, and actually, when we went 4-0 up, the wee nephew, he's quite young, so he's only sort of seen the Rangers team that we've been seeing, say, the last 6-7 years, and I just grabbed him, but put my arm around him and I says, he's William Duke. He says, William, this is the Rangers team, mate. That's a Rangers side. That's the first time now you're going to see what we've been seeing for a long time, a good Rangers performance. So hopefully he sees plenty more of them.
Talking about guys that have seen good Rangers sides, we've been joined by True Blue. How we doing, True?
Boys. Well, good.
Right, True.
It's going to come on and give it the Billy boys, but I don't know how that would get Absolutely delighted performance tonight. I said after the Hearts game, if you think back, Oxford, it was a night that really would be the proof of the pudding. It was snakes and ladders for a while there with the form of the Rangers team, but I thought we were great tonight. Really did. I don't think there was a failure in the team again. And I think the players we've signed and brought in, okay, majority of them are low knees, but I think they've made a hell of a difference. I don't think there's a messy among them, but I think collectively, we've got a good team here. The making's a real good team. Thoroughly enjoyed the night's performance. Couldn't take my eyes off it. I thought they were great at times. We'd been arguing about, even back in the Mark Warburton days, we need a midfielder that can thread that through ball into strikers unknown to it. And I think we've seen Greg Docherty doing that tonight for the Windass goal. I don't think there was one negative point about the night. I think in the second half, quite simply, the game was done and dusted and they took their foot off the gas a bit, Game's coming up. Falkirk next week. And incidentally, while I mention them, I hope we give them pelters for the disgusting treatment their players and their supporters dished out to Dean Shields. I really hope we gub them desperately. I really do. Detest that mob. But getting back to tonight, absolutely brilliant. We can keep going in that vein and maybe a couple of signings coming in close season. I think we'll be there or thereabouts next year.
Is the manager and the director of football going to take a bit of praise for that?
Well, I think that, for different reasons. I think Mr. Murray certainly got them playing as a team. I think his coaching's obviously kicked in. And I think Mark Allen, as far as we know, Graham Murray said it himself, he's gone to Mark Allen and say, right, I want maybe a left mid or a right mid or this, that or the other. Mark Allen's identifying them, bringing them into the club, And I remember a way back, it was Paul Murray that said, we're looking for a manager, we're looking for Murray, a coach as a manager. So I think maybe Graham Murray's fitting that bill. I mentioned the other day as well, as the longer it goes, the more he's really grown in me. I was very sceptical about him getting appointed, but proof of the pudding's in the eating. And the pudding we've been getting the last few weeks, lads, has been sweet enough.
Goals make a big difference, Fox, eh?
Oh, without a doubt. It's not just the goals, mate. It's the standard of the play and how it's been upped. I've been saying for ages, mate, everybody's on about our temporary manager, mate. Now, see if you swap the roles. We watched, well, I did. I don't think the offer the rest of the Rangers support would, but I watched the Aberdeen game against Celtic, mate. What a bullet we dodged. And if he'd have come into our club, mate, and had that team playing like that, we'd all been calling him some sort of, God, I've lost it, some sort of brilliant manager. Graham Murray has went about his job quietly. The players respect him. I think the rest of the management team respect him. And the only respect he doesn't get is for some sections of the fans, mate, who keep this once we get a new... What are we going to afford to get a top-range manager, mate? Graham Murray has proven that he's learning on the job, he's learning with the team, and he is being successful. That's the best football we've played since probably the very start of Warburton's reign when we were in the Championship, mate. We are quick on the break, we're decisive, and we score goals. Now, there's no many other managers that I can think of that would come in and do better than him. To come and play in Scotland, as we know, mate. I think the man is doing a great job.
Bridgeman?
I can't disagree with that. I think our manager, we've said they're slinging his praises just the other night. But we have to take our hat off to him. Even like Fox, I'm a doubter, or I did doubt him. I didn't think we had a straw poll in the lobby. No, I'm saying we did say it in the lobby. Most of us thought he wouldn't get the job full time. A lot of the guys actually thought get as a real manager, which that was the thought process with a lot of Rangers fans. But he's getting good. He's getting better. And if he continues like this to the end of the season and gets us something at the end of the season, if we can finish in second place, but actually challenging Celtic, let's say we get it down or keep it at 9 points as it is at the moment. That's a massive improvement in last year, and better players coming in it in summertime. You can't whack that. You can't whack that. No, I agree. He's doing well. Handles himself, just as I said earlier on about the press conferences, handles himself very well.
I'm a bit like True. I'm kind of warming to Graham Murray. I mean, the debacle with McInnes and Fox is right. You haven't half dodged a bullet there. But, I mean, after all that, when all that had came about, I was really disappointed that we hadn't brought a good manager in. I wasn't sure if giving Graham Murray the job to the end of the season was the right thing to do. And then about 3 weeks ago, Ox, you asked the question, do you give Graham, 2 or 3 weeks ago, do you give Graham Murray, do you give him the job now? And I said, no, I'll wait till the end of the season before I make my mind up on that. But I'm definitely, for what I've seen in the last few games, I'm certainly warming to him. Because they players look like they're playing for him. He's setting them up properly. They're banging in goals for fun. And I would imagine that come the end of the season, Fox made a really good point there. Are you going to find a manager that's going to do any better, with that group of players than what he's doing just now? Well, I don't know. I kind of doubt that, to be honest, So for me, I'm certainly like True. I'm certainly warming to Mr. Murray. Well done.
We'll potentially go 9 league games left now, and hopefully 3 cup ties. I mean, surely you have to take one game at a time, but come on, let's go and see if we can win the 12 games, Fox.
Can I make another point on McInnes, mate? One of the strangest decisions he made and how I was against him coming in was he signed Ryan Christie on loan for Celtic, mate, knowing that he couldn't play against him. What a waste of a player, mate. That's what put me off him, knowing that he couldn't play against Celtic, who are one of his main challengers. He knew that he couldn't have that player on the park, mate. That's how I was against him. Anyway, sorry,
That's a good point, Fox. But do you know why he done that? Because he wasn't thinking about competing with Celtic. He was thinking about competing with us. That's what he was thinking. He was thinking, if I get the players in that compete with Rangers, that'll do me. I'm not thinking about Celtic. That's why he done that.
Anyway, sorry, Oxford.
Same as the Aberdeen fans who never turned up on Saturday. They only bought one club, but that's another story. So, William, who was man of the match for you? Who's Sean? Who was... What was the pluses?
So many pluses. Man of the match. I don't know. I'm between so many players, actually. I have even more in my head than I did on Saturday, to be honest. But I think Goss. I would give it to Goss. I just think he has a class act. I think, but Fox is correct as well. Morelos is player. You have to watch Morelos. If you see him off the ball, he does so much work. And as I said last night, he creates so much space with his movement for other players. And pluses, I'll give everybody a plus. It would be wrong to pick anybody out for a bad game tonight. But yeah, Doherty for me is the most surprising because I thought he was a prospect, and he probably is. There's a lot more. You can see that a few passes here and there, but he's in the main, he's really, really good, and he surprised me coming in and taking a jersey as he's done, and that's going to be a hard job for anybody to try and rustle that off him again. So I'll give credits to young Doherty as well, coming into such a big club, playing the way he's been playing.
Yeah, I'm enjoying him. He's closing down his tenacity, and when he gets the ball, he can drive forward with it. I'm enjoying him.
Yeah, just a real good Scottish player, man. You know what I mean? He's got the build. He's got the build, the strength. He can pass the ball. He can run with the ball. He can pick out the key passes. We've seen one on Saturday. We've seen another one tonight for the goal. What a cracking wee prospect that is for us. Yeah, brilliant signing so far.
Yeah.
True, why shouldn't we try and win 12 matches in a trot?
Well, I'm certainly more confident we can, mate. I'm certainly more confident.
Don't say we will, True.
No, not at all. But I'm certainly more confident we will. The boys are making great points tonight. And see, Morelos, here's a prediction for you. I reckon we'll sell him for more than they get for Dumbbelly. There you go.
I reckon we'll sell you for more than they'll get you.
Oh, yeah. That's human trafficking they're all on about.
And that was for one night only.
Next, you'll have me walking about with suspenders on next.
Again.
But seriously, I think potentially we could. I think my best bet for a trophy really is the Scottish Cup. But
we're no favourites to win the league, but
no.
what I'm saying is, if they drop another couple of points, mate, it's in our hands, and you've got to give yourself, you've got to dream, ain't you?
Aye. I think for me and all, Sher, is, you know, I looked at Warburton's team, Pedro's team and all the rest of it, and I'm more positive about this team, I'm more optimistic about this team. And I reckon another couple of signings will not be far away, mate. And I'm really looking forward to it. I think we'll give them a right go next season. I really do.
I've got a question to ask you guys. The upcoming game against them across the city. The last time we beat them, they had to change their manager. They were that bad. They felt that bad about it. They had to get rid of their manager. If we beat them Ibrox, do you think they'll do the same thing?
I think he's dying to get out of there, but that's another story.
I think he's desperate to get out of there for sure.
I hear he's favourite for the Arsenal job, apparently.
I have to say, Rudy, going by the forums,
remember this is Rangers Radio.
I know his name's put down for virtually everything that comes up. They link everybody, they link other players to other teams. Any job that comes up, somebody at Celtic's linked to it. It's just unbelievable, just unbelievable.
Let them worry about us.
Yeah.
Aye.
We welcome the case. Ibrox Royal, who's shown for you, mate?
For me, Goss, Doherty and Morales, the three for me really, but I'm going to give it just by 1 percentage point over Morales to Sean Goss. So I just think the boys, it's something really special, mate. And he's only scratched the surface so far. See in the coming weeks and before the end of the season, mate, we're going to see much, much better for him. He's absolutely outstanding. So
you're going to one of the Goss boys, you nothing Ibrox.
Well, as I say, mate, I think that we're going to win this title in the Scottish Cup.
Nothing at all. I dreamed a dream. Nice one.
That was wasted on him, wasn't it?
Aye. Cool.
What did you think? Was them happy with Halliday at left back?
We seem to have lost that call up.
Aye.
That's not nitpick.
Let's stay positive, Bridge, at least for a night.
Well, I thought he did all right, considering he's hardly kicked a ball.
Aye.
So I thought he did okay. It was a absolutely crap pitch to be playing really good football, and yet at times we played really good football. It's just brilliant.
What I will say is obviously different kind of players, but you seen the difference with Declan John driving forward. That Andy's not got that in his locker.
Wow,
Aye, and hopefully DJ gets back sooner rather than later. For me though, Lee Wallace is so on the verge of getting back into the first team by the looks of things. He's back in training and all that. For me,
I want him back next week, Rudy.
Aye, definitely. For me, Goss, man of the match for me was Goss. He's just, as Ibrox was saying there, the boy absolutely oozes class. He's such a good player. Finds space all the time, finds the pass. He hardly ever wastes a pass. He can drive forward, but closely followed by Doherty and Morelos. The wee man up front, what a power of work. He's stocky, he's strong. Hodds off defenders, hodds the ball up, brings other players into play. Fantastic performance by the wee man tonight. But for me, Goss just shades it no more.
I'll tell you who I thought also played well bizarrely in the performance. He had one mistake in the second half when he cleared the line. The ball mulked him in the right back position was Bates again. Even his passes, his 10-yard passes, he kept it simple and kept the ball moving.
But that's what he is, Bates, isn't he? He does all the simple stuff, but does it really well, He's not a great passer of the ball, though. He can pass occasionally, when you'd be... But he's not a great passer of the ball. But he does everything really, really simple. He's just an old-fashioned centre-back. That's what Bates is. He's a young guy, but he's an old-fashioned centre-back. And he's certainly one I would like to see staying at Ibrox. I don't know what will happen in the summer.
You saying, Rudy, that you put the big boys in there that can't play football at centre-back? Is that what you're saying?
I wasn't saying that, but you could say that, you know what I mean? But he's a good player. He's still a boy, isn't he? I mean, he's still got a few years ahead of him to learn his trade. I mean, centre-backs don't really mature until they get to about 28, 29.
70.
Hey!
But He's a good player. He does everything really simply and he does it well, you know. And if he keeps progressing the way he is, then, you know, I don't see any reason why he can't stay in there. I mean, Alves came on the night, you know, and was all right. Didn't see that much of him, you know, but he was okay, you know. But I'm not so sure whether Alves will still be here after the summer anyway, you know.
I thought that was a smart substitution. I mean, people might have seen it differently, but bringing Alves on because obviously we need some cover. I don't, as I've said before, I don't like people getting their fitness, but when there's a reason for it and they bring him on, I thought that was quite a smart substitution.
I'll tell you another thing.
I thought so too.
With the substitutions, mate.
One you go for?
Taking Candias off, shut down the right-hand side of our attack, mate. We took the pace out of our attack by substituting him, mate. And that substitution was done, mate, more or less to engineer to bring on Cummings, mate. I think that's what upset our attack. Jason Cummings, I don't know how he fits into our side, mate. I've been saying this for weeks. Everybody, he's a brilliant wee finisher, one-touch finisher, but he can't sit in and win this his role because he doesn't offer the same threat as Windus. And the only time I can see him playing is if Morelos gets injured, mate. I know he's not had a lot of game time. I know all about that, but I can't see where else he fits in the side, mate, and he's not going to shove Morelos out of that team.
No, I don't think so, mate.
No.
I don't. With the greatest of respect to Jason, who's a good finisher, Morelos' all-round game's stronger than Jason's, in my opinion. But also, Morelos is also scoring goals as well, Fox.
Of course he is, mate. He's the full package, mate. I think when he starts to miss a couple of chances, people forget about his work rate in the game, mate. As I say, very rarely he challenges for balls, takes it off of defenders and lays balls off all the time, mate. He very seldom gives the ball away. He's starting attacks when the ball gets played up to him. And with the pace of Murphy on one side and Candias, we're always going to get in behind sides. And I think that's why we're being so successful at the moment. I don't know what any of the rest of you think about how what we're going to do with Jason Cummings.
I agree with you, Fox. I mean, I like Jason Cummings. I think he won goalie of the month for that. Goalie scored against, was it Ross County? Was it? Cummins is going to move him out the team, you know. But I would say that Cummins is a good player to bring off the bench, you know, if you're looking for a sneaky goal, you know, maybe to win a game or something like that, and you're down to the last sort of 15, 20 minutes of a game. Because I do think he will score goals. He just won't shift Morelos out of that position. And the way we're playing the now, you know, the way Graham Murphy's setting the team up to play just now with Candace, and Murphy and Windass playing behind the striker, there's no much chance of getting into the team just now, unfortunately.
No, but he's got to be patient. You never know. He gets his chance. He plays at centre and he scores goals. He can get in the team. That's up to him.
Aye, absolutely.
You know,
well,
it's
this
up
is
to
what we've been wanting this, haven't we? You know, position.
Rudy, he's got to get starts. He's not going to get his whole ball game, you know, all in unless he's starting the game.
Yeah,
he needs to start the game and blossom. And I don't know if it's going to have to be him or I said this before. I don't know whether he's going to take Windas's place or can we play all three? Can we play Morelos, Windass, and Cummins? I don't know.
But how do you go? Boy, Cummins is going to move him out the team, you know. But I would say that Cummins is a good player to bring off the bench, you know, if you're looking for a sneaky goal, you know, maybe to win a game or something like that, and you're down to the last sort of 15, 20 minutes of a game, because I do think he will score goals. He just won't shift Morelos out of that position. And the way we're playing the now, you know, the way we're Graham Murphy's setting the team up to play just now with Candace and Murphy and Windass playing behind the striker, there's not much chance of getting into the team just now, unfortunately.
No, but he's got to be patient. You never know. He gets his chance. He plays at centre and he scores goals. He can get his in the team. That's up to him.
Aye, absolutely.
You know,
well,
it's
this
up
is
to
what we've been wanting this, haven't we? You know, position.
Rudy,
you know.
he's got to get starts. He's not going to get his whole ball game, you know, all in unless he's starting the game. He needs to start the game and blossom. And I don't know if it's going to have to be him or I said this before. I don't know whether he's going to take Windass's place or can we play all three? Can we play Morelos, Windass, and Cummins? I don't know.
But how do you go? Well,
This season, most assuredly this season, the way we've come from a very weak position and we've messed ourselves about when it's putting the improper manager in, which caused us major problems. And now we're starting to rise up with what looks like good quality players, and we're producing good quality play and goals. And most Rangers fans who live anywhere in the world that watch us and follow us are very happy at the moment the way we're playing. Most assuredly. I don't want that to change. I want the momentum that we've started building, and that must keep going. We've got a big game next Sunday. Got to get through that in the Cup, and then it's them, the beast for the East, the real beast from the East. They're going to come over to Ibrox, you know.
That was
Well, you were
another
talking
one
about
done. That was an ex-kit man done and all of theirs.
Aye, I'm sure that.
Did he get done? I thought he was pleaded. I thought he pled guilty to it. Or
I don't
not
know.
guilty.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Just when you mentioned the Beast for the East.
Well, the funny thing is that they're saying that this weather system that's coming across and going to hit us, they gave it the name of the Beast from the East. That's what and they don't realise from our perspective what that actually means.
Ibrox John, and that was better than
Ibrox John.
Oh,
yes,
Ibrox John. Bridgman, that was better line than Ibrox Loyals. Ibrox John, who impressed you tonight?
Yeah, well, Goss, absolutely, he was excellent, and I love the link up between him and Doherty, and Morelos was brilliant tonight as well. But another observation is that it's the best forward play we've had since those early days of football. But once teams got to really,
you're breaking up, mate. You're breaking up.
Do you come from Ayrshire by any chance?
I'm in Loyalist London.
Oh, London.
It's not even snowing here. But we used to get to the point where our attacking play would just stall and we just couldn't thread any balls through under Warburton. But this team we've got now can pick a pass, it can thread balls through and play nice one-touch football.
And we've got pace. Warburton's team lack pace.
Absolutely oodles of pace. I'm still a wee bit worried about defence. I thought Martin was at fault for the goal tonight. I mean, I know there was a question mark over Doherty being fouled in the box, but I was a bit disappointed to lose that goal. Alves is going to take a while to get back up to speed. I know I said I'd probably have him on my side when we last spoke, but I think Martin and Bates are probably the best partnership we've got now.
At the moment,
Ibrox, would you play Alves against Falkirk at the weekend?
In the starting lineup?
Aye.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. No. He still just looks a wee bit... it's funny, and you notice when playing under Pedro, he used to play a lot of long balls. He looks nervous at times, and he plays these long balls that often don't go anywhere. And I thought that he was being instructed to do that, but I know he was only on for 30 minutes tonight, but he done that a couple of times. And I'm thinking, is that because he's nervous or he's lacking in confidence and he just wants to punt it? I don't think that's the way we are playing at the moment, and it's worrying to see him do that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, but Bates and Martin, I think are probably our best central defensive partnership at the moment.
I said before as well, Ibrox, I mean, I'd be loath to break up a winning team, and as long as they keep winning, I think you more or less have to go with the same team every week, regardless of who you're playing or what competition it's in. If they keep winning, they keep scoring goals, you've got to keep playing them, I think, because only that way do you build momentum and confidence, So I agree with you. I would probably still go with Bates and Martin at the weekend.
What was Walter Smith's favourite word was consistency, and that's about consistency in performance. And I suppose consistency applies to the team you put out, and particularly from a defensive point of view. You want your defence to be consistent, mix it up a wee bit up front and maybe in the midfield, but you want your back line and your defensive midfielders to be relatively consistent every week.
Yeah. Even from the midfield point of view as well, though, the performances from Goss and Doherty in that midfield, they two boys are making their positions their own now for me. I just think you've got to go with they two in the midfield. They seem to be developing a really good partnership, the two of them, Goss has got all the class in the world, Doherty's got the work rate, he's physical. He's good in the tackle. He can break the play up well, and he's a good passer of the ball too.
And he can always find he can always find the Loch Ness monster as well, Rudy.
Well, I think the less said about that, the better. Really, the less said about
that. Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant. I just love it.
So, what did you guys think of the commentary tonight? I just thought it was the usual pish from them. I mean, if it's not Crocker and Walker on Sky, it's these Egypts on BT Sport.
I've got to say, Terry Butcher's a big disappointment as a player. He's a hero, but as a commentator, he does me nothing.
Him and Sutton, a couple of clowns. So two of them, a couple of clowns.
every single commentator on the television, every single one of them, they're against Rangers. They always put the negative. So if Rangers do well, they'll say that the other team were poor. So they'll turn around and say this team da-da-da-da, and you get a wee in the passing, Rangers played quite well, or they scored some good goals. That's it. The rest of the time, it's that team were crap, their defence were rubbish. Why didn't they this? Why didn't they that? Don't want to talk about Rangers. That's what I found anyway.
I mean, Sutton tonight, there was some comments about the clear out that we'd had in the January window and how it was for the better and everything. That's just unnecessary. There was the one where Murphy went in and it looked like, I mean, that boy who was running around like a headless chicken came in from the back and a sliding tackle, and Murphy landed on his thigh, and Sutton's going, oh, I don't know about that one. And it's like, come on! You're not supposed to put his foot.
Just disgraceful, isn't it?
The
whole thing about it is unbelievably disgraceful. Seriously,
Sutton's the kind of chap that gets self-abusers a bad name.
Love it. You got to love it, ain't you? I know one thing. There's a lot of folk would rather he wasn't there.
I don't get it, mate. I don't think they bring anything to the actual the information you get concerning the game, mate.
I think Sutton, mate, actually, in his own veiled way, tried to give us a couple of compliments tonight. I think we surprised him with our movement and our quickness and our good passing, mate, in the first half. I think he was quite impressed, but I know it's hard to get any praise out of him, but I think he was trying to hint towards that. I think he thinks that we will give him a game at Ibrox next week, mate. I really do think that you can see the shoots starting to appear at a good football team, and I think it's one of the things that he didn't want to see.
But they just do my nothing. I hate when they try and have their silly jokes, you know.
Oh,
you know what that's like, Ibrox.
Patter's humming.
Oh, come on.
I wasn't talking about you, mate.
The other Ibrox is talking about.
Another thing what pleased me tonight, especially in the first half with Goss and Docherty, was the first time really that they've faced a three-man midfield against them, mate. And their movement, it wasn't just the passing and the endeavour, mate. It's the movement. They're always moving into space to accept the ball. And they won the midfield battle very easily in the first half.
That boy Liam Craig a couple of times has run the show against us, and apart from set pieces, mate, he was very little influence on the game.
No, they looked like, to be honest, they looked like a team that hadn't won at home for a few months, mate. They weren't the best of teams, but there was bodies there to shut Rangers down, but they couldn't get near the two in the midfield. And we always have the outboards of the speed merchants on the left and right, mate. People that can control the ball, putting good balls into the box. I think we're looking really good now, mate. Best I've seen us.
Right.
Well said, Foxy. Well said.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to
Best for a long
argument
time.
here on that. Absolutely.
Scoring goals
very
and keeping them
happy
out through play, it's always good. It's always a good way to be in football, isn't it?
Of course it is, pal. And one of the other positives for me is the ages in the team. You know, if you take Alves out, you know, they're all kind of youngish, you know, and I like that as well. I think there's a lot of them still developing aspects of their game, but I think as a team will get better, will improve and develop as well. But I think individuals within the team, some of Windass's stuff, you know, he needs to work in parts of his game, and I think there's quite a few players like that. You know, the boy Bates, still learning his trade, young man, Ross McCrory to come back and everything else. Oh, augurs good for the future, mate. Augurs good for the future. And I really like this team now. In fact, can I ask a question? Would you say it's the best team we've seen since our troubles began?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's a yes for me. Just quickly around the panel, yes or no, Ulster?
Oh, yes from me. Yes from me.
100% yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Ibrox loyal?
100%.
Fox?
I'll just say yes. I never heard the question, but that'll do for me.
It's your round.
Oh, no.
I take it all back.
You give me that interest-free, Fox.
Rudy Bear, what about you, mate?
Aye, definitely. I'm really enjoying watching them. I mean, they're scoring for fun. And in the main, they're keeping the goals out at the back, apart from one or two wee blips. But, it's the football as well, It's really enjoyable to watch, the slick movement, the passing, the pace, finding space at pace and all that. Aye, it's great to watch. Definitely better than what we've seen probably since 2012. Aye.
Anyway, we've reached that time of the evening and we've got to shout-outs. I'll go to my big mate Ulster first.
Yep, just the same shout as I said last night. For Mr. Murray and the team, I believe in you. I've got full confidence in this team.
Ibrox loyal.
Aye, just another fantastic night, another fantastic match. Well done, Mr. Murray and the squad. Continue that on to Sunday, and then when we go across to play the unmentionables the following week.
Aye, another fantastic line for your good self, Ibrox.
Thank you very much.
True Blue.
Big shout for the Loch Ness Monster, mate.
He's munching, True, he's munching.
Oh, no really. Patter. It's not about parties for patter nowadays.
Oh. That's a written word. Rudy Bear.
Safe trip back down the road to all the Bears that's up there the night in Perthshire. Weather's not looking great, but to Mr. Murray and the team, you can get us into the semi-final of the Scottish Cup at the weekend. Good week's worth of training, and let's do the business at the weekend.
Wee question for you, Rudy. If you're up there the night watching that, and you're up in your motor with three of your mates in the fourth COVID, and when you jumped in the motor home?
Oh, I might have strongly thought about it because it looked cold, didn't it? I would have had the heater blasting and listening on the radio maybe the last 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
Ibrox, John.
Yeah, well, a big shout out to the Rangers fans tonight at the game. It must have been difficult out there, especially with the beast for the East breathing down your neck.
Oh,
big shout out to them.
Cheers, mate. Great call. Fans were magnificent. Fox.
Aye, a good night for the Bears. Roll on the weekend for another game, mate.
Yeah. And the one and only Bridgeman.
Well, what can I say? I'd like to echo everybody's shout out, and I'm really pleased, and all the things you were saying there just at the end, how pleased we are. It's probably the best we've seen our team playing, and I'm going back probably 6 years since the troubles, but since we had our own wee bit problems, and we feel as if we're lights at the end of the tunnel for us, really, and we're hitting momentum, and we're going to run to the end of the season, and let's keep it going. To other Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, everybody, keep it going for the Rangers. Just keep it going because we need it.
Yeah. Can I thank everybody who's took the time to join the call this evening? That's Ibrox Loyal, Bridgeman, Fox, Ibrox John, Rudy Bear, True Blue, Big Ulster. And I think Al was in earlier on and we lost him, Al 63. So thanks to everybody for taking the time to join the call. This is Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11. Thanks to everybody for taking part in the lobby. Take it away, Old School Blue.
show the world what they can do. I've heard it said that Real Madrid the greatest football team. I've even heard that Anderlecht the best they've ever seen. There's Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur too. There's Arsenal, Chelsea, Blackpool, just to name a famous few. Who's that team they call the Rangers? Who's that team they all adore? They're the boys in royal blue, Irish Scotland's gallantry, and they have to show the world what they can do. So bring on the hips, the hearts of Celtic, bring on Spaniards by the score. Barcelona, Real Madrid, they will make a gallant bid, but they only find the reason why we go. Who's that team we call the Rangers? Who's that team we all adore? Here's the boys in royal blue, Irish Scotland's gallantry, and they're out to show the world what they can do. Here's the health to Glasgow Rangers. Here's the health to me and you. And let's hope that every game will immortalise the name of the boys who wear the famous royal blue. That's their team we call the Rangers. That's their team we all adore. They're the boys in royal blue, Irish Scotland's gallantry, and they ought to show the world what they can do. And they ought to show the world what they can do.
This season, most assuredly this season, the way we've been, we've come from a very weak position and we've